What is going on, everybody? It's Dylan from Redline here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about my C7 Audi S6 that is behind me. We're going to be talking about reliability at what most would consider high mileage, how the car's been for me, and so on and so forth. Now, real quick, if you're in anything car automotive related, feel free to subscribe and stick around. I do not only have this C7 S6, I also have, let me run over here, a B8.5 S4, a B5 S4 in Nagaro blue, turbo Fox body creeping over there, pretty built up Duramax, 600 horsepower K-Series Miata with a turbo on it. If any of that seems like something that might fill your boat, feel free to stick around. All right, without any further ado, let's talk about this S6 and how it has been for me in terms of reliability. Now, for those of you who may be unfamiliar with the platform, this is a twin turbo V8, otherwise known as the 4.0T, that is mated to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, the common fast shifting DSG. This car also features a sports differential. Now, my S6 is currently sitting at 149,259 miles. Now, your average Joe is probably absolutely terrified to see a car at that mileage, let alone an Audi, let alone a performance Audi. Now, as you probably already know, most German cars do not have a good reputation at all in terms of reliability, especially due to the cost of maintenance. Now, that's the biggest key here, is the cost of maintenance. A lot of people don't maintain their cars properly because it's expensive. Here's a quick little proof shot of my mileage. For reference, also, my B8.5 S4 has 250K miles. I also have a C7.5 that my girlfriend drives that has 225 or 230,000 miles now. So I'm definitely no stranger to high mile cars, no stranger to high mile German cars. Just high mile cars in general do not scare me. So in terms of the options list on this car, diamond stitched interior, cold weather package, and it does have the air ride. Now that's going to be one of the things I'm getting into, so I guess we'll touch on that first. So the first issue I really ran into with this S6 was the air ride suspension. Weird enough, when you leave the car in sport mode only, it would sag overnight. So it was kind of sitting like a squatted truck. I got that sorted. Definitely was not cheap. I went with OEM airbags to replace those. Found little pinholes in the back. When the car was in comfort mode, it would not sag overnight, but that was, I guess the hole was getting covered up so it wouldn't leak down. Really weird thing, but got those sorted, got OEM bags, so I had to replace those. I want to say it came out to $200 or $2,500 to do that. Maybe more, maybe less, somewhere in that range. This car has also had the turbo oil screens done under warranty. Now that is a common issue on the 4.0T motors. Just about every high mile one's probably already had it done or has been upgraded to RS7 turbos or hybrid turbos or some other turbo variant. At the very minimum, if it's a stock turbo car, the screen should probably be done. Now, like any other Audi, it seems like the PCV water pump thermostat ordeal, especially if Audi's this generation, should probably be done. I know this car's had the PCV done. I don't know about the water pump and thermostat. The PCV was preventatively done, to my knowledge, so that's pretty cool. This car also, at this mileage, no oil consumption, no leaks. No leaks of any kind, which is awesome. So can't complain there. It's overall been a pretty darn reliable car. I've been daily driving it the past 7 months. Haven't really ran into an issue or anything utterly severe at that. Now, a lot of people are probably worrisome of the dual clutch transmission that comes in this car. If you know about the B8 S4s, especially the early generations, they did have problems. I'm almost certain that these have the revised transmission, but I've not ran into any. Honestly, out of all the dual clutch cars I've owned, I've had 4 now, all high miles, never had a problem. I don't know if the mechatronic issues and all that is blown out of proportion, or if it's due to it being such an expensive repair cost that when it does go bad, it brings more attention to itself and whatnot. But I personally have never had a problem with a dual clutch car. If you do your flushes and you treat the car as it should be treated, you shouldn't really run into any issues. This car has had DSG services every... It was 30, and then 35,000 mile intervals. And then that was after the Audi warranty. So it's always serviced on time. It was always good to go. And it's still shifting absolutely perfect at this mileage. Now, obviously, no car is going to be perfect in terms of needing absolutely nothing. This car has very large brakes. Obviously, you're going to need normal maintenance like brakes, rotors, all that jazz, tires. suspension components, stuff like that does wear. It is to note the brakes are a little pricier on these just due to the size and whatnot. What else has gone wrong? These cars prone to control arm problems like every other Audi. These don't really have too much movement or anything to note. And to my knowledge, they look original. While I'm thinking about it, this car is a bone stock. It was previously a one owner, clean title car. So no craziness. It was an older gentleman who owned it. So probably never really even beat on or anything. I don't really beat on my stuff, but been a good car. Now, other cars I can personally speak on in terms of modifying them and whatnot and reliability. This platform, the 4.0, I have not personally modified, so I cannot speak on that. I can only assume it would probably speed up some of the wear and tear on things, which is to be expected. But obviously, if you're doing your preventative maintenance and whatnot, it can help mitigate all that and keep your car reliable. So I hate to say like that it's all sunshine and rainbows over here on the C7.5 side. I know I see some of these cars getting a bad rep due to various things. I think it goes into how the car's treated, how you maintain it, whatnot. I really haven't ran into any big issues other than the airbags needing done. Like I said, the screens and the PCV and all that was already done before I got it. One other issue while I'm actually thinking about it. Now, oddly enough, when I first purchased the car, heat, AC, everything worked flawless. Winter comes along, heat stops working. I start panicking. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Check the coolant. Coolant's topped off, no leaks, nothing weird there. So we get out the VCDS and find out the blower motor. I forget the actual name of the part. It's a little, I don't know if I saw it. No, I don't have it in the back seat. This little tiny part that controls the heat actually went bad. It was a $125 part. Pretty easy job to replace. Got that done. And also replaced the blend door actuator. So after replacing all that, car has heat that is hot as can be. Also is equipped with heated front and back seats, heated steering wheel, which is nice. No electrical issues to note. Trying to like think of something negative about the car to like warn you guys, but there's nothing really too crazy that I've experienced with the car. I've put about 10,000 miles on it over the course of those 6-7 months, maybe a little less than 10,000 miles, but around that. Really haven't ran into anything too crazy. I think it's all in whether or not you get a car that's been properly maintained. You can kind of tell usually within the first 10 minutes of looking at a car how it is, or the first 10 minutes within driving it if it's going to be a good car or not. And this one has definitely stood the test of time, and I've been enjoying every moment of it. With that being said, I've been going back and forth on what to do with this thing. Posted it for sale for about a couple weeks. Had a bunch of offers that I was really considering. Took it down. I've been going back and forth with it. I've had thoughts of doing like RS7 turbos and tuning it and making this thing an absolute monster. If you guys don't already know, tune only, these things make almost 600 horsepower, if not more. I know they just came out with a stage 1 E85 map, which freaking boogies. I've been going back and forth between that or just selling it. I don't know. That's to be determined still. But I will say, for as big as the car is, it still handles nice and everything. And honestly, with the big weight, I was expecting more wear and tear stuff to go wrong faster. Haven't really experienced that. I guess in terms of reliability, you could count the interior to see how it's held up. All the carbon fiber inlays are still perfect. The interior is held up amazingly. I mean, like, you really can't even tell people have sat in here. Beautiful interior. All the electronics work, like I said before. Compared to what I'm used to with the S4s, these interiors are a lot nicer with the diamond stitched. Very comfortable, and you have a lot more legroom in here as well. But nothing really bad to note. I mean, maybe I'll look something up, see what the forums are saying that are bad about these cars to give you guys a quick heads up. But in my personal experience, not much has really gone wrong, and I've enjoyed it. So after a quick search on Audi Zine, a lot of people say motor mounts failed. These do not leak. I don't know if they've been previously replaced or not, but no leaks, no crazy vibrations, none of that. A lot of people were also complaining that the fuel door gets stuck. I've never really experienced that on any Audi, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. People are talking about turbo failure, which that goes back and forth with properly driving the car. You shouldn't beat on it till it warms up. I'm also sure that tuning it may lead to early failure in the turbos. I can't personally speak on that. Like I said before, my car's not tuned, it's bone stock. But No signs of turbo failure. Builds boost exactly as it should. So I have not experienced that. Let's see what else people are saying. Oh, seems like that's about it, actually. People are also complaining about the PCV. That's already been done on this. So, I mean, it's your usual big Audi things. PCV, water pump, thermostat, control arms, brakes, just normal wear and tear stuff that's going to go wrong eventually. On these, if you don't let the car get up to temp before bidding on it, your turbos may fail. If you tune it and you're racing it nonstop, your turbos may fail. I did have the airbag failure, as I spoke on before. That's all good. You see it sitting up pretty, which is nice. Rides beautifully. You should probably do your DSG flushes. I always recommend every 25 to 40,000 miles, somewhere in that interval is fine. A lot of people who own Audis don't even know you're supposed to do that, unfortunately, which is not good. I would not buy a car that has not had the services done. And yeah, honestly, I mean, these things are just awesome cars. Obviously, your maintenance costs are going to be more expensive than a Camry or a Honda Civic. That's to be expected, I would assume, especially being a V8. But overall, I can't complain. Even coming from the 3.0 T world, which is arguably the most reliable Audi even made, I love the 4.0. It's been growing on me. That's why I've been considering keeping it for so long, and awesome cars. So with all that being said, in the end, I would 100% recommend a C7.5 to someone. I wouldn't let high miles play a factor into like mitigating your options. However, if it is a high mile car, at least make sure that it was maintained and well kept. And like I said, you can kind of tell very soon when looking at a car if it was well kept or if it drives right. If it seems like someone who took care of the car, I would not be worried. But definitely be sure to ask about the telltale failures on the cars and go from there. Do want to apologize if this video is a little bit all over the place. I haven't filmed in a little while, so obviously you're a little rusty when you haven't done it in a minute, but hope this video helped you guys. Like I said, S6, S7, any 4.0 car, freaking beast. These cars make tons of power, even stock. They're very, very torquey. Just awesome cars. They even get good gas mileage, so cool stuff there. Like I said, I hope this video helps you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.